coffee after dinner.
Yeah, when they do that, whenever they keep refilling the water, I'm like, I don't have a sense of how much I consume.
It was a small glass, so I was really embarrassed because they refilled like 8 times.
They're say, you know, they're going to a show after. Am I going to be like 17 hours?
It was.
About.
The show was in like a community center in like the auditorium, and there was like fucking tiles missing everywhere. It was so funny. I was like, I feel like I'm in high school. They were great, but I was like, this venue is ridiculous. You can have food or drink in there. They don't offer anything. And it is small. It's close to Apple. Right. By the end, we were
break in the middle.
There's an addiction.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right,
Flash.
That's exactly.
Dominoes.
Okay, Chad. This is the longest one we've done yet. This is big.
Dude, Rebecca, I can't believe the last. I didn't flash.
Oh, I forgot to. Let me say something better. Okay. Chad, in our career as curators at the Met, I can't believe we're doing our first domino exhibition.
So I just flashed to like a huge image of like an Andy Warhol painting that's just like domino, like the candles thing.
Yep.
That's all dominoes unfolding, and I was to say what's ridiculous about that, or what's interesting about that is, well, Andy Warhol like pissed on his he like he like pissed on his artwork.
Did not know that.
Really?
I didn't know he pissed on his
I
artwork.
know he pissed on it.
No.
I'm happy.
I mean, he's just got
Not
so
the
many...
not the Campbell soup one. He had like another one.
Oh, like, but he pissed on
Like
it.
it's on the
It's not like
Not like
It was his
all-
signature. Was
Yeah. Yeah.
Too much.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, great.
I know Rebecca. This is gonna be worldwide first. This is gonna put that fancy shit to shame.
Yeah, that makes me think of people who like will spend millions of dollars for like one piece bar if they said it was made by okay, you're telling me this is gonna be huge, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Andy pissed on this. Like, that's gonna make it even more. I mean, like.
So I just flashed. I flashed to some random janitor pissing on the painting or the exhibit. So I know, right? But like, so are we gonna have to reset it up every time we do it and get Andy to piss on it again?
Damn, I really hadn't thought about that. That's a great point, though. God,
How are we gonna
yeah.
set up this?
I mean, we're gonna have to really hydrate him, give him a lot of,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How else do you guys think? What did you guys think the game was then?
I think that my first unusual thing was that he pissed on the artwork.
I thought that was the point. You guys didn't frame that. You framed having to re-piss on it.
True.
If that's your game, how would you play it? 'Cause I think that's a game you could play.
The artist has to be like get involved regularly in the exhibit or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you could play that one where it's like someone has to come, someone who's done something special has to come in and do something, do it again every time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like, because there's some really crazy like performance art pieces.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, pissing on something's already pretty high up there, but like there are pieces where like people bleed on stuff or whatever, so it could be like, every time we move this, we need this guy to come in and cut off his pinky finger again and find his naked blood or something.
Yeah, this is the Queen's hanky. Every couple lunch you have to come in and blow her nose.
Yeah.
So like
That'd be
especially
less
awful.
disgusting.
2 is another example of it, and
Right.
then your beat 3 is Andy Warhol coming out and pissing on the dominoes. And like, all you need to do is like the whole beat 3 would be something like bam, that's your beat 3. Get out of there.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Can you make a distraction while I freshen this piece up?
I agree though, because you know you guys are like the first weird thing was he pisses on his shit, but we didn't spring that.
Right.
True.
That became normal.
I know, right? That my first thought was that's fucking weird. I guess that's what we're rolling with.
But wasn't it, well, I get, like, just out of curiosity, wasn't saying, oh, well, he'll have to do that again, is that framing it?
Well, it's always a matter of perspective.
I feel like
Or,
You also
I would take that as like adding to it, because you added on there by saying he has to keep doing it rather than it just happened once.
yeah, it's like if he pisses on his artwork, then he has to keep pissing on his artwork.
Yeah.
right,
So that's why I would think it might not be framing.
okay.
So like to frame it, we could have said like, that's crazy that he has to piss on his art or something.
Yeah,
Like
if you
Yeah.
framed it, then you could have went,
Yeah.
and he has to keep coming in and doing it or it loses its value.
I say it's either that or spitting on it. Oh, he used to take shit on it. Remember when he made his Montrez artwork all over elementary school?
Oh, you guys could have done, what's his name, Duchamp, with his fucking urinal?
Yeah.
I don't know that. And the Philadelphia Museum of Art, it's this guy who was like a modern artist in the 60s. No, he has like 20 of them across the globe. They're
He
very
is a very famous.
because he was like the first guy to like start breaking down what was considered art. So he just bought 20 urinals and signed them and then sent them to museums as a joke. But of course, the museum was like, thank you for the urinal. You guys
Right.
never heard of that?
Oh, I love
I
that.
mean, you can look it up. It's just a photo of a urinal.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get my hands on one.
Has anyone ever seen that that express? This is like a serious thing. This expressionistic artist who she was doing this thing and she's sitting in a chair and she would close her eyes, open her eyes, and just stare into the eyes of someone for a minute. Do you know what I'm talking about and where this goes with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So she would do that. Then she would close her eyes, and then another person would be there, and she would just look into their eyes for a minute solid, and she would just do this. She did this for hours and hours. Right. It was just this whole like new experience looking into people's eyes. All right. Go back about 20, 30 years, a ridiculous amount of time. She was in love with this guy, and he spent so much time traveling. Another artist, he traveled all over the world, and they decided it was time to split. So one started here on the Great Wall of China, the other one started here, not the very ends, obviously, and they just kept walking until they eventually walked into each other. They embraced, spent whatever time they were going to spend together, and then turned around, and that was like their romantic way of ending the relationship. So the woman sitting there is in New York City, and she opens her eyes, and there's the dude right there, and you can see crushing her eyes. Anyone watching it, unless you're too tough, will start crying. It's one of the most powerful like art things.
Who's tough in here?
Yeah. Seriously.
Chew it up.
I see your cheeks kind of quiver. No, but anyway,
I would cry.
I will send a link to it because
Yeah, that's awesome.
everyone needs to see this. It's so badass. It's really, I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but when you see it, it's pretty intense.
The Philadelphia Museum of Art is known for 2 things, basically. The urinal and Rocky stairs. That's the place that Rocky went up the stairs. But,
It's known for 2 things. The urinals.
stairs. I don't know about this. It's a lot of stairs. I don't know if I would run up them just because Rocky did.
That makes me think of when I was in like 6th grade. There was a book that had the like excerpts from the film, and I'd never seen Rocky, but I like leafed through the book and got the clip notes. Yeah, I wouldn't overexert yourself just because of Sylvester Stallone, you know. Like, that's the guy.
Sylvester Stallone, it was actually recently revealed that he broke his neck on the set of The Expendables 3, and it was like the most serious injury they ever got. He had to put like a metal plate in his neck. He isn't able to as many stunts, but
Right.
interesting thing about that is the heart and soul out there for Expendables 3, which is a bad movie. Do you even want to do it? Why are we? Because you kind of have to overexert myself. You don't even seem that excited about running up these stairs. Why are we here?
I'm gonna do it for Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, because he was the person that made me the man I am today.
Is he from Pennsylvania?
Okay.
I guess, what was our...
I thought, like, doing these stairs for
Yeah, I thought it was
Different
Oh,
imaginary,
so,
like,
doing it
guys.
for something that has nothing to do with the location?
or just like, yeah, like doing the stairs. Well, because you said something about like Sylvester Stallone or Rocky, and I thought,
because it's the Rocky. He was saying it's the Rocky stairs.
Yeah.
I think I see what Tommy's saying. It's like,
Now thinking of the game in the way that I'm thinking of it, I might go, there's one small step for iguanas. It's like, why? What do iguanas have to do with it?
yeah, I'm running up these stairs for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. It's like, why?
Yeah,
It's like,
Why
that's
are
the
they
biggest.
called- What does he have to do with these guys?
right.
That's the thing.
Okay, I think we're...
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause
Great.
it's like, you play that game.
Yeah. You play that game.
It might be a little bit of a short game.
Like, even like, I'm doing this for my grandma. It's like, why?
Like,
Do it. I'm getting a taxi. This one's for you, Nani.
yeah, exactly. This one's for you, Grandma.
These Napkins.
Wait, were you blowing a snot rocket or doing coke?
I was doing code.
Okay.
I got that.
I got the coke bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
To do that. I don't know if we were very clear on what our game was, but I mean, there was one.
We figured it out.
Should we let it go a little bit longer?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
The
don't
flash
you
game is always like you don't want to let it go.
On our,
When someone says that I'm gonna frame it, that's that, and then if everyone's bored, that's
after
Well, do
you
we class at least see it?
No, I think it's
We play it differently every time. I think it's a fun exercise, but I feel like we can never put too much in like weight on whether or not we should have waited to play the game or not. 'Cause the whole point is we're not gonna go back and forth like 12 times
right.
until we find the game.
But
So these aren't
all
real.
this one, someone decided that they found something that they could frame, and then they framed it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll do it sooner than later because wouldn't that be efficient?
Wouldn't that be?
I wonder if we talked about it.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Sandpiper. Again.
It was just so sad. I didn't know animated movies could be so sad.
I'm thinking about when I brought a girl on the first to see the Passion of the Christ. The weird thing is she went home with me so that night. All right, so yeah, I find that my social life has really improved once I've invested more in these sad movies.
So that makes me think of like my dad told me that one time he took a girl, him and his brothers took some girls to supposedly haunted train tunnel because he said if the girls were scared then they might hug my dad, and he was like, that's a great place to pick up chicks. And what's interesting about that is probably my dad telling like a 6-year-old me about how he used to pick up chicks for some reason. Did you just bring me to this sad movie to weaken my resolve and make me more likely to agree to whatever you propose?
My thoughts are like, how do I get out of this one? Which is, I think it's funny that I'm defensive, but I need to justify. I assume that what's best for you, my young child, is to come out here and be tempered by your charming dad by bringing you to sad cartoons, anime. I don't know. How the fuck do you frame that?
well,
babies sometimes.
when I was younger, my father brought me to a black and white film and taught me how to, where they showed a family who taught their children how to grow up and raise a family by watching other black and white films.
I think I follow.
Somewhere in there.
Chris, when your flash was like, how do I get out of this one? Was that your character?
That was my flash.
Was that your flash?
Yeah, that was my flash exactly. Like it was the first shit that came to my mind.
Right
Yeah.
then, I thought it would have been a great game when you thought, like, how do I get out of this one? You say something to, like, no, that's not what I'm doing, or, like...
Well, I wanted to say yes and then rationalize. I was thinking the no, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's fair because it's hard to say no, but I thought it would have been a good game for you to keep saying, like,
Keep coming up with bullshit.
no, like, that's not what I'm doing, and I'm, like, reading so deeply into everything you're doing. Because also, I was making us on a date. And
Oh.
you suddenly were my dad.
You were my, yeah, you got a pop problem.
Yeah.
You could have also just played it like, you took me to the slaughterhouse so that I plant a garden.
Did
Does
you?
that make any sense?
No.
It's like, oh, you took me to the slaughterhouse and it's so sad seeing all these little piggies die and now I want to go start a garden so I don't eat any more meat.
Oh.
Don't worry, that one might have been too overly complicated. I'll rescind it.
No, I was just thinking, like, maybe Chris is, like, constantly taking me to, like, sad movies or, like, scary movies because he, like, doesn't want to see me anymore. Like, he's trying to make me as
funny.
enjoyable as possible. And I'm just like, I've been doing all these things to make us closer. I love you so much.
Want to go hang out at the DMV?
Yeah.
Lunch afterwards.
Geronimo.
What the fuck?
Alright, Frank. I think I got it on a pretty good limb this time if you want to take the first swing.
That makes me think of people cutting trees down. Yes. And this is what we're doing here. No? Yeah? Yeah. Oh. What did you
Alright, Frank, I think I got it around
Oh, okay,
a
okay.
good limb
Got it.
this time.
Yes, yes, yes.
You want to take the first swing?
I thought you meant like the swing of cutting it.
I thought it was a pinata, if it makes sense.
Feel better. Okay. So tree swings make me think of, childhood happiness and becoming an age when you're too heavy for the tree swing. Perhaps the most interesting thing about that is being sad that you're too heavy for the tree swing. Oh my God, Bill! You know I want to take the first swing. I'm a little worried that the weight I put on is not going to go well for it, though.
That makes me think of when I was a kid. I had a best friend in 3rd grade, and he was heavier, and he would always wear a t-shirt when we went swimming. I mean, it's a 5-ply radial, and you got your swimming shirt on, so I figured it's a 5-ply radial, like this.
Oh, radio. I thought I said radio. Oh.
Radial, like this tire.
Yeah.
It came off of like a Mack truck.
Oh, wait. That sounds... Wait, flash. Okay. That makes me think of, like a friend who's really, like, egging you on to do something, that you don't want to do. Okay, Bill. But I'm telling you, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be so embarrassed, it's going to stick with me. It's going to affect my day.
that makes me think of like being in middle school and like we would always wait to go in the building for some reason. They wouldn't let us in right away, and there were like groups of kids in different area, like different circles of kids. If it doesn't work out, I mean, I'm not gonna reject you. You know?
Okay, Bill. I don't know. I'm a little nervous that you're saying that, but you are going to. Is that the good? Like
That looked good.
Yeah, like insecure.
Yeah.
And he
That was
started
good, that was
the
good.
scene with like this time it's good.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like there was an implication.
Like, here's a
first
football
line
heading
that,
to it.
like,
Yeah.
there was a history.
No, I
with,
think
like,
that's great.
pieces
Cause, like, you
of
could be like the sweetest guy ever. Like, I would never ditch you. I don't believe you.
Charlie Brown, you'll hit the football for sure this time.
Right.
Ice cube.
Ice cube, thank you.
AK, motherfucker. I swear it was a good day.
Joey, why aren't you wearing a jacket?
That makes me think of the fact that I bought my winter jacket and I have one in the mail from Kohl's right now. I don't think there's anything interesting about that. I lost it, bolts. I got a new one. It's coming in the mail. Just gotta get out there right now.
That makes me think of like Amazon shipments being late when you really need something.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about that is that we rely on this like huge evil company for our needs. Can't believe you lost your jacket again, Joey. This is.
Continue.
Don't interrupt me, Joey. I can't believe that you lost your jacket again, Joey. This is the third jacket this winter.
That makes me think it's so cold in Rochester in the winter. That's interesting because it's not as cold in PA currently. It wasn't as big of a deal when I lived in Florida, but now I gotta keep track of it. I don't know.
That makes me think of like all my clients that don't take responsibility for their lives. Well, if we're gonna start a family together, you need to get your shit together because I'm not gonna start popping little ones out and they don't have their jackets because you lost them.
I feel like that's a lot of responsibility to put on me. Over a jacket.
So true.
Okay, I'm flashing to lack of accountability.
I don't mind that I don't have it. It's okay, I ordered one. I know I lose my jackets, I'm sorry, but I mean, it doesn't bother
But are you
you.
gonna lose?
Why does it bother you so much that I lost my jacket?
It's a symbol, Joey.
It's a symbol of how old I am?
Of meeting our basic needs. Are you just gonna lose little Joey
It
and
wasn't a basic need in
little
Florida.
Edna Jr.? Are you just gonna leave them at the train station?
I remember you guys children take the train alone. I hesitated somewhere.
Like a cold.
So were the children real or?
I think they were fictive.
They're like, I'm trying to start a family. Yeah.
Is it so funny that your class is like not taking personal responsibility, and in my head I'm just like, it's just a jacket.
Is that?
I think we have because two people who didn't go twice.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got one more. And move to the next thing.
Yeah.
3 foreign languages?
That reminds me of how, in my school there were 2 majors, computer science and software engineering, and you learned a lot of the same things, but software engineering was just a lot more useful for actually getting a job. I took computer science. What's interesting about that is how much more popular the computer science degree is. Because people just don't know. They don't tell you anything when you go to school. I know, they don't tell you shit when you get here. You just sign up for whatever program, and then halfway through your degree, they're like, oh, by the way, you're not going to graduate on time because you didn't take enough classes.
Okay, that's making me think of my fiance who made me go to school over this degree and that degree and this degree and that degree, which was interesting because that's what the last 3 long-term girls I dated did too. I got a lot of credit hours at this point. Right. Yeah. Right. You think in high school they would have even given you a clue what was going on. They just said go to college, and they didn't even spell the end of the word college. It was, is it AGE or EGE?
That made me think about how illiterate people in my first year writing class were. And I think it's interesting that people are graduating high school and not able to write a paragraph. That's not really my level of what I'm concerned with. You know, how the end of college is spelled. I know one's the art form and one's the institution. My issues are kind of on a higher level than simple 2nd grade spelling. Are you?
I'm just trying to. Oh, good. Sorry. I'm just looking at the scene also.
Are you sure you're ready for this level of education?
Being confused. I'm just often confused. What I'm gonna do with my future. Let's see here. I have up until this point trusted every single authority figure growing up to know what direction I was going in. They never completely explained it fully, but I know that I'm supposed to be here at school, and apparently I need to learn 3 more languages.
Well, it sounds like you're ready to continue in this degree.
Oh, a degree in taking more classes.
A degree in listening to adults.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right.
I think so. We have a switch interview on here. Do we want to do switch interview, or do we want to hop into the mod scene?
What time is it?
It's 7:06. Switch interview is the one where it's basically a line game kind of sorta, where like 2 people are doing an interview and you tap one of them out, and then you do another interview, and you like basically you get ask question, get response, tap someone out, ask question, get response, tap someone out, and it's really quick.
Dakota should have an endorsement from that game.
Yeah. Do the characters change every time?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, technically one person can stay the same. Like if they're not tapped out, the person coming into the scene could continue wanting to talk to that person in some other context.
I thought even if you don't get tapped when the new person sits down, that they're all new. Or maybe it doesn't
I think
matter.
maybe it's one of those things where if it seems like it's like if you're always supposed to tap in as the interviewer.
That's
You don't tap in and go, ask me a question, right? So, basically it's like, yeah, Walt, the company's turning 100. What do you think about that?
That is my passion. Did you say Walt?
Walt? Oh, Disney. So then some of them come in and tap one of us out. It doesn't matter which one. But whoever, let's say, I'm tapped out. That means, let's say, well, you tap me out. Now you might go like, oh, Walt. Now, you want to you in on, but you also might just say something different. It's always on whoever's
Well,
not
don't you
tapped out.
usually introduce it to, like,
Yeah.
this is Guy Smiley with the,
Right.
It's one of those things.
who's got the biggest ears. So, and here here with
Dumbo.
Johnny Biggers.
Right.
Hey, you're being challenged this year by Lonnie. What do you say to that?
Lonnie is known on the street as Lonnie Small Ears, so I'm not too concerned about it at all things considered.
You got a lot of confidence coming into this competition here.
Yeah, because I think the thing is it's supposed to be really, really quick, so whatever it takes to get out quick. So it's like maybe there isn't an intro. I don't think the intro is like 100% mandatory, but if it adds to it, because if it's something where it's like you're like, this is Paula Dean from the Food Network. I don't know, like if the character you're introducing has something to do, maybe there's like a pun in the introduction.
Are you trying to like do kind of adjacent things?
Yeah, so like if, let's say we just did the ear thing, someone might like tap out and be like, Dumbo, what do you think about like, you wanna make it clear how you're getting from A to B, C to D as you're going down the line, but it's also supposed to be really quick.
I feel like it's good to get our energy up a little.
Yeah, and then we can hop right into our long form. Because it shouldn't take more than
Yeah.
One time I got on there, I tapped whoever out, I grabbed David's hands and just started singing to him. That was part of the song.
We don't have to do it tonight, but when I did that workshop with Keith, we played a game called Bus Stop. You guys played Bus Stop? Yes, sir. Where you try to Bus Stop. No?
I haven't.
Where like one person